Oh my goodness, what's going on, everybody? Your pal Hal with you here on Backchannel. It's 11:01 on the West Coast, coming to you from the home office, my home office, right here in Los Angeles, and it is 2:01 on the East Coast. Gonna be with you to 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Gonna be with you at 1 p.m. right here on the West Coast. And what a ride it's gonna be, guys. You guys, we're going to talk news. We're going to talk pop culture. We're going to have fun. There's going to be a couple of goofs, couple gags, and yeah, some goof arounds. Little, it's just a big old hootenanny right here with your pal Hal, me, Hal Rudnick, and I would love it if y'all would participate in this thing, chat with us, be here now with me talking just like let's shoot the breeze. Let's let's have a little rap session. And you can do that. You can communicate right here on the Your Pal Hal show on Back Channel by couple of ways. First, you can get your device's attention, talk to your smart device, use the magic word say, and then drop in whatever info you want me to know that you want to share when you do that. So you can say, smart device, say, Hal, I am wrapping presents for all of my friends, or Hal, or smart device, say, I am hungover from my office Christmas party last night, or smart device, say, I got arrested at my office Christmas party last night and just got out of a holding cell. That would be terrible. That's wow. Christmas just took a dark turn. I hope you did not go that far and hoist the copier over your head in an office space style, just, rebuke to all things technology. I hope your Christmas party went off without a hitch. If you went to a Christmas party, an office Christmas party. Also, you can talk to us by going to backchannel.tv, and chit chat with us there. I would love to hear what you're up to, whether you're working from home, whether you're playing from home, whether you're just hanging out in your underwear, day drinking. Crack open the eggnog. We are in the run up to Christmas. Listen, I've had several times in my life where I've had an extended holiday break and I'm like, all right, folks, talk to me in January. I am checked out. So if that's you, that's great. Let us know. Talk to us. I want to hear it. And thank you for being here, coming along for the ride right here with your pal Hal. And you know what? Helping us bushwhack our way through this live stream, lighting our way through this the dark tunnel of the live stream is producer Travis. Producer Travis, what's going on? Travis, have you been to any holiday parties this year?
I've been to one holiday party that was aggressively early in the month.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
A little
it
too
was
soon. Like you weren't properly indoctrinated into the season yet.
hardly. I was still. I had just thrown out the Thanksgiving leftovers. It was December 4th.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it
December
was
4th, early.
pretty good all the same. It was nice to have some holiday cheer. And the person who was throwing the party, I found out they had it so early because at that party they said, "Oh, by the way, I'm moving to New York in like a week." And we're like, "Oh, this now makes sense."
So it's more of like a bon voyage party. Good luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a festive trap. It was staged as a holiday party, but it was really a goodbye gathering.
Yeah. So they were going to New York to pursue stand up comedy.
No, they're going to New York to pursue paying way less rent because their parents live in Jersey.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Been there. My mom lives in Jersey, so I know what I know of from whence you speak.
I've
And
never been.
to Jersey?
East of
Uh
Idaho, even.
oh yeah. Oh, we've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Um, well, yeah. So what have you made any plans to rectify that, to travel somewhere? Do you have any wanderlust? Do you have any desire to get the hell out of Dodge?
I really didn't until about a year ago, and something clicked, and I said, I can't just keep going to Southern Oregon to hang out with my family. They're nice, I like them, it's a good break from the mess, but like, especially now that a lot of the people in my life that are, good friends have started to spread. So we got some in Texas, some in, honestly, a lot of them are New York. New York is probably first on my list of places to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just seems
One of the
like
great
such
cities in the world.
Yeah,
But
just the other side of the coin of major entertainment cities from here.
yep, yep. And then, but what about getting out of the continental United States?
That's a really good one. I see. I'm not even. That still feels like a dream, and I know it's not. It's something that could happen relatively easily. I just wouldn't even know
I
where to
didn't
start.
leave. I never left the United States till I was in my 30s. Uh, well, I could tell you where it's like just go with some of the biggies,
Yeah.
um, London, Paris, and European cities. Like London's a good one because you're not going to have any language barrier there,
Hmm.
and and then you can just hop across the pond, the take the Channel or whatever, go to Paris. So you got some pretty major cities. Rob Schaefer, Rob, thanks for being here. Rob lived in Jersey for a while in the Morristown area. Nice. I knew there was something that much more I liked about you, Rob. Rob, an avid listener to the Binge Boys podcast, and it's great to have you here. My sister lives right over there. My sister lives right around that Morristown area. So, Rob, I hope you had maybe you had a pleasant interaction with my sister in a supermarket in the Morristown area as you were both reaching for produce or something. But yeah, Jersey, a very underrated state. You know what?
Hmm.
Screw everything I just said, Travis. Skip New York, skip Paris, go straight to Jersey. All right? And here's the thing. You eat some Italian food, you put on a few pounds,
Hmm.
you come back here satiated, satisfied. All right?
That's the strongest pitch I've ever gotten on traveling. So yeah, it's sold.
You know, and you know what? Little, you can do the trifecta: Jersey City,
Uh-huh.
Newark, Hoboken.
I really appreciate New Jersey because again, it still seems almost fictional to me because I've never been that far east. Everything there to
Idaho seems fictional to me.
Yeah, it felt fictional to be there. It's like this can't be Boise. It's so small. I went on a run and I went around the entire capital, and I'm not that fast. Uh, Everything in Jersey is really fun to say, from like a Californian perspective.
Oh yeah. Oh, Rob. Now Rob coming in with
Oh
with
no!
a little Jersey hate here. I hated every second of living there. People would just throw used dental picks on the sidewalk. You know, I don't want to speak for the folks in Morristown. I put my dental picks. First off, I'm usually doing my dental picking in private. I don't often like to walk down the street just like, going to town on my teeth.
Was that
But
like a mob
secondly,
thing? Is that like a thing there?
oh, yeah, maybe like, you got these mob guys with a toothpick hanging out of their yap.
Yeah.
But Rob, on behalf of Jersey, please accept my humble apology. And I don't know what the deal is. That's gross. That's yeah, that's really uncivilized behavior. And you know what? Give Jersey another chance is all I'm saying. Give Jersey another chance, if you would be so kind. And Travis,
Hmm.
it's Tuesday. It's the 14th.
Oh yeah.
Any other big doings between when I last saw you yesterday?
There was last night. I drove down
Hmm.
to Wilshire and I had 4 consecutive MRIs. I set my own personal record for time in an MRI machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you care to elaborate on that? Is everything okay? That's I hope you're all right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, I'm fine. This is residual from a car accident I was in a couple of years ago, and
Oof.
from my elbow down to my wrist hasn't been right since, and a lot of that has
Damn.
just been discovering the limits of being in your late 20s versus your early 20s, and maybe
Sure.
not taking as much time off as I should have. So this was sort of a once and for all, let's take a look thing. So they rotisseried me like a turkey. It was just like, all right, this
Oh
side,
wow.
and there again, then turn over. And yeah, now I've got just that MRI soundtrack playing in my head.
Yeah, that don't like that
Yep,
kind
and
of
then the
noise.
and yeah, and it's like I forget that you feel it also because it's all magnetic. So in my head, I'm just kind of sitting there like, hey,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
I've
was
had a couple MRIs in my time. I feel you. Well, I hope you're able to get your situation,
I appreciate
right
that.
the ship there and get everything working a little bit better. And I'm sorry to hear that you're
Oh,
going through that.
it's fine. It gave
Yeah.
me it was a great idea for a bad theme park though.
Oh, like just a terrible ride.
Just Hospital World.
Hospital World. Oh, there you go. Hospital World. You get an injection.
Yeah.
Uh, maybe there's like instead of being like a haunted house where like creatures and ghouls jump out at you, it's the doctor examining you,
Yeah.
uh,
Give you a pretty
uh,
rough physical.
give you a rough physical.
It'd be great. That's one of those. If I had unlimited money, I'd just want to see what would happen.
You'd open Hospital World.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would.
just a waiting room, just a never-ending waiting room with
Yeah, that's one of the.
with magazines from 3 years ago.
One ride is you have to call your insurance company because they said the approval went through, but the person at the desk says we didn't get the approval, so I don't know. You can pay out of pocket if you want, but
And it's just back and forth. It's just that roundabout.
yeah.
And yeah, having to be on hold with the
Hmm.
insurance company and listening to hold music.
Yep.
You know what? What we're describing is less an amusement park and more a personal hell. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a hell, a version of hell. Speaking of horrific customer service experiences and being on hold a lot, lately, I don't know how much I've talked about this. Maybe I've mentioned it on this show, but I love a little too much to a scary degree
Hmm.
messing with scammers, with phone scammers.
Ooh.
Um, and it will, like, I will get, so they'll call and I will go along with them. I'll be like, so they'll say, like, you have to be, you know, 60 plus years of age to arrange this final burial arrangements. Would you like, are you over 60? And I'll just go right into character and I'll be like, yes, I am. And who, if you had an insurance policy, who would you leave the money to? Charity. And then they get on the line and they're like, yes, sir. And they're clearly they're scammers, usually
Hmm.
from a different part of the world, potentially the Middle East or Southeast Asia
Hmm.
or something like that. And I go along for the ride, I string them along, and then I usually say something very profane, or I'll just repeat the same thing over and over again until they stop. So, like, don't do an accent or anything, please, try. But just like try,
Sure.
ask me some personal questions. Just keep asking me some personal questions.
Are you currently married?
Oh God bless you.
Do you currently have a life insurance policy?
Oh, God bless you, my friend.
Thank you very much. Are you planning on liquidating your estate?
Oh, God bless you. Blessings. God bless you.
This is
And I'll just
that's
keep saying that until they hang up.
oh my goodness. That's like a that shut my brain off. I had nothing. I had nothing for that.
So that's been I've had too much fun with it. So much so, I think they've targeted me
Oh
as
no.
the a-hole who yanks their chain too much?
Yeah.
Did someone crash into your garage or something?
No, but it sounded quite. I think someone is doing car Tetris outside.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Travis producing this show out of a garage. Wherever you are, give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Travis. So be careful out there with these phone scammers, because I feel like they've put me at the top of the list because I don't know about you. I get probably about 10 of these calls a day,
Yeah.
5 to 10. How
Oh
about
my
you?
God. You know, it's been ramping up lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing I've noticed in the past year, more
Yeah.
scam calls, more YouTube ads. Yeah, just in the middle
Well-
of like a 5-minute video.
Right. Wow. Yeah. You listen. Advertising pays the bills for everybody. That's why right here on the Your Pal Hal show, we often prepare the Chiron, Travis, beg for a sponsor. That's why I want to take a moment right now to ask Mariani Almonds. Listen, they might not be the first name in almonds, but they're the last name you'll ever need in almonds. Mariani Almonds. If you would love the delicious superfood that is an almond, you could do a lot worse. And here's the thing, Mariani Almonds, you come advertise on this show, I will sing your praises. Oh, I had that much more vim and vigor when I started eating Mariani Almonds. Oh, my sexual performance skyrocketed once I started eating Mariani Almonds. My vision improved thanks to Mariani Almonds. I started finding better parking spaces inexplicably once I started eating Mariani Almonds. And then not only will I sing your praises and make up a bunch of lies to promote your product, I will libel all the other almond brands. Oh, Blue Diamond Almonds? Is that
Yeah.
That's the big boy on the block.
That's the big name in almond.
Yeah. I don't know how to say this, but Blue Diamond Almonds, they have chemicals in their almonds that I heard are associated with erectile dysfunction. Okay.
Oh. Wow. I didn't know that.
There you go.
That changes my
And
perspective.
also, the board of directors at Blue Diamond Almonds, war criminals. The whole lot of them. See, I will libel myself. So Mariani Almonds, that's what you could get if you advertise right here with Your Pal Hal. I will excoriate your competition, and I will hold you aloft without care for myself. If you're looking for a sponsor, oh my goodness, Rob Schaeffer. Listen, here's a sample. Rob Schaeffer, who I believe is a lawyer in the Midwest. Rob, do you want to remind me where you're coming to us from again? But listen, if you're in legal trouble, do you have a contract that needs negotiated? Are you finally getting that divorce you've always wanted? Rob Schaeffer, attorney at law. Are you in the Nebraska area in need of counsel? Rob Schaeffer is your man. He'll litigate, he'll prosecute, and he'll get you the acquittal. Rob Schaeffer, attorney at law. See, that's just a taste, Rob. That one was for free. My good pal Rob Schaeffer coming to us from Omaha, Nebraska. Hope things are safe and sound out there for you. You know what? Listen. I could give. Hey, Schaeffer Shapiro. Rob, how do you like this? Are you seeing this? Oh my! Criminal defense, family law, restaurant law, Wow. You run the gamut,
He
Rob.
does it all.
Hell yeah. And Oh my goodness. I love this. And Rob is a good guy, and we chat a lot on Twitter. And you know what? There are good lawyers out there. I should know that. My brother is a lawyer. He's a public defender in New York City, and Rob's a great guy. So if you are in Nebraska. In Nebraska, hit up Rob Schaeffer and Associates. Rob, you the man. Our pleasure. All right, I'm going to put a pin in all of my free advertising shilling right now, and we're going to do a segment that we do every day. We explore what's going on in the Twitterverse. We jump into the Twitter sphere and we see what's trending. Let's bring up some of the items that we dog-eared here. Oh, okay. So when I was a kid, we would write letters to Santa Claus. You're welcome, Rob. We would write letters to Santa Claus, but Twitter has a trending hashtag right now, Dear Venmo, where people are putting up their Venmo symbol and getting everyone to trying to get free money. We're teaming up with Chloe and Haley. Oh, the delightful Chloe and Haley. To make wishes come true. Follow us and RT this post with your Venmo handle and holiday wish. We just might grant it. Okay, so dear Venmo, I thought this was asking for just regular people to like. So if I'm just scrolling and I see someone like, oh, someone wants this, I'm like, all right, I'll donate to your cause. I thought it was just people begging for. Oh, it kind of is people begging for money, but I would love to see what some of these requests are. I want to see some of them are. I was looking at earlier. Some of them are serious. Some people have medical issues, and that sucks. We don't, we want people. Listen. You got to love this country. The only place in the world where you can go broke because you were sick. Well, I guess it could happen other places, but thanks to your medical bills. So hopefully we don't have any of that. All right, now that I want to see some normal people, millions. Now this is something we can get behind. We'll send $50 to one person who follows us and RT's their Venmo handle. Okay. Did you know? I want to see some regular people that are just asking for stuff. On with this dear vet. There we go. I'm gonna make Jules. Um, to help pay for concert tickets I got my dad for Christmas. Love the partnership with Make-A-Wish. Okay, Julianne wants help paying for her dad's Christmas present. Not a worthy request. Okay, you're eliminated. Listen, okay, I'm on the board of Venmo now. I am the captain now, and I will tell you whether your request is worthy. Happy holidays. My wish is to have money in savings for emergencies. Okay, that is earnest, and that breaks my heart. I want people need a little bit a safety net in their bank accounts or what have you. So, Zoe Hope, you can stay. You can stay. Let's keep going. Dear Venmo, I've donated to Make-A-Wish also. Okay, that's nice. Very good. Dear Venmo, I wish to get a new phone. Nope. John eliminated. The Goof, I like your name. Mets fan in Philly. Ooh, that's a tough lot. The cost of renting a car for the holidays has skyrocketed due to shortages. My wish is for some help so I can visit the family for a week at Christmas. That's nice. All right, you got me. Listen, that you tug at my heartstrings. Okay, but the concert tickets for Dad. Here's the thing. I want to know. Oh, didn't we see her already? She's my wish is to have money in savings for emergencies. She's just signal boosting. All right, but the woman who was asking for help with the concert tickets for Dad, Stacy, what is up? Oh, Stacy and Tracy. Always love hearing from Stacy and Tracy. Very nice. Always glad to have you here, Stacy. So the problem with the person asking for concert tickets also, they didn't say what the concert was. Like that would help. I want to know the musical taste. Uh, by the way, Travis, you have an alert to follow Greg Kinnear for some reason. Okay,
He won't leave me alone.
oh my God,
He needs to
Greg,
take a hint.
right?
I'm
For
not here
crying
for.
out
I'm not
loud,
here
Greg
for
Kinnear.
Kinnear. I'm not
Not
here for
here for
Kinnear.
Kinnear. Hashtag not here for Kinnear. My holiday wish is to pay off all my bills so I can retire early. Okay,
It's not
not
bad.
bad, not bad. My wish is to travel to Japan and South Korea next year. Amaya, I hope you get that, but that, you know what? A little frivolous.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else wants to. You're gone. You're gone, Amaya. Geo, make me merry this Christmas, Venmo. Okay, too general, Geo. You're gone. You got to get specific with your requests, and you got to like tug at my heartstrings. My holiday wish is a nugget ice maker, dear Venmo. Casey Williams. Nope, nope. Too frivolous and not tugging at the heartstrings. Um, Hashtag Dear Venmo, Stacy Nelson. You didn't even say anything you want. You're gone, Stacy Nelson. Bye bye. Dear Venmo, dear no. Uh, Dear Venmo, my wish is that AMC theaters will what?
Eh?
Will MOAS and just is served to the I don't know what they're asking, but Matrix, is it Matrix, or I don't know, do they want movie tickets? Any
I have
either
no
way, I
idea.
don't understand what you're asking for. Nope. I hope someone from Venmo here is watching this, because
Mm-hmm.
we are doing their job for them.
Absolutely.
uh Dear Venmo, wishes to have more money to get gifts for my loved ones. See, not bad, not bad. They want to spread the wealth, so that's a little bit selfless there. That's nice. Dear Venmo, my hubby lost his job and 2 months later, still waiting for unemployment. Please help us out. Oh, God bless us. Oh,
Wow.
and their grandparents.
That's up
Yes,
there.
you're in there. You're in there, Danielle. You're in there, Danielle.
Mm.
See. That's the kind of person I see that I wish them I wish everybody the best. But like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're just like, hey, I'm financially solvent, but want to go to Tokyo, you know, I'm. It's not. That's not going to crack my heart exterior. I need you to tug at my heartstrings. My Venmo handle is blah blah blah, and my wish is to get a new laptop so I can continue to apply for jobs and work on my portfolio. Okay, very practical. And this person needs employment. I feel that.
It's on the fence. On the
On the
fence.
fence. On the fence, though. Um, where are some unusual places you've been, dear Venmo? Okay.
That person is
Uh,
just using the hashtag to try to get engagement on his own thing, which is a picture of a cat.
Yeah, cat pictures. This is not the place for cat pictures. I need tires for my car and a front end alignment. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't we all? Don't
Yeah.
we
Right.
all? I've been driving on pretty flat tires lately, and I
Oh
just
no.
can't bring myself to. I have to go refill. They're not flat, but like I'm getting the alert
Mm-hmm.
that that I need to fill up my tires. So that's a reminder for me that I'm driving like a schmuck again. Dear Venmo, yes, mom can do it. Wish for a vacation with my boys. The holidays have not been good. I need to make them better. Oh, God bless you. I see. I want this mom to have a vacation with her boys. That'd be nice. I wash for world peace. Okay, I think they meant wish. The world had gone mad. I wish for everyone to be kind to one another. The world we're living in has now lost empathy to anyone or anything. You know what? We could use more empathy. So I like that message. All right, that's a little taste of Dear Venmo.
You know what?
Uh,
Hold on.
yeah, Travis, what do you got? What do you got? Travis is efforting something. Oh wow!
Oh, there it was.
Here we
There it is.
go. Travis is sending out his own Dear Venmo. Let's see what this is. I wish to have enough money to open a hospital themed amusement park. Travis, you know what? I got to eliminate this. I want you to send it because it's very funny, but I am not going to grant you that money. This is a personal hell. Only the hospital is not a good place unless you're giving birth. I mean, it's a life-saving place. Let's get that out of the way. But like, no one wants to just go through the red tape, the paperwork of the the medical system, okay, especially in the times of COVID. Okay,
Well, we'll just
this is
see what Dear Venmo thinks about that.
wow, wow, wow. And would it be in a hospital building or would it be outdoors? Would it be in a giant building?
I think I would want to find like an abandoned like medical pavilion. You know how they have those, like a whole center,
Yes,
and
they
then
also
just
have abandoned hospitals. I shot what did I do? I shot something. I forget I think it was a commercial
hmm
in an old abandoned hospital in like North Hollywood where they used to shoot Scrubs.
oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. Yeah, so
So,
something like that, and if we can have a few buildings around, make it like like Universal Studios,
mhm.
but for healthcare
Okay.
and awful.
There you have it. Dear Venmo. Also trending on Twitter. Mark Meadows, uh, former disgraced President Trump's uh, chief of staff. It came out that the January 6th committee have received in a document dump that Mark Meadows provided for them all of these text messages. And the House is expected to vote on, as it says here, to vote on criminal contempt charges for Mark Meadows. So let's take a look at it. As House lawmakers are anticipated to vote on a resolution on Tuesday that would refer criminal contempt of Congress charges against the former White House chief of staff to the Justice Department. The House panel investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol voted unanimously late Monday to recommend contempt charges against Meadows. The latest House Rules Committee voted 8-4 to advance the resolution, moving it to the House floor for a debate and a vote. Lawmakers revealed a series of can't you'd scroll up just a tad. Uh Lawmakers revealed a series of text messages. So these are Mark Meadows, the chief of staff on January 6th, received just a bunch of text messages from Fox News personalities, from Donald Trump Jr., and various other people to get his dad to kind of cease and desist, to get Donald Trump to make an announcement to tell everyone to get out of the Capitol because they knew it was insanity. It's only in retrospect that people like Tucker Carlson are going on the air and saying that that we're making more of it than it was. No, January 6th was an assault on the very foundation of what this country is, the lawmaking process, the checks and balances. Just a horrific day in American history, one of the worst days witnessed in American history. And Fox News personalities and Donald Trump were among those who reached out to Meadows as the attack was underway, according to the Associated Press. There you have it. Oh, and there some of these text messages are out there. Can you search for these text messages from Fox News personalities, Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, and various other folks, and then Donald Trump Jr. It's like tell him to get on TV and make him go home. It's one of the transcript. Are there any boxes that have these? He's got to condemn this bleep, Donald Trump Jr. in a text message to Mark Meadows. Yep, yep. All right, this is from NPR, I believe. Okay, the text messages leave no doubt. Um,
Trying to find any kind of screenshots or just dictations of the text here.
sure.
Let's see. Let's see. I think I can. Hold on here. We had text
Right.
messages. Let's see. Mark Meadows. Aha. Thank you, CNN.
Um, Lawmakers text to Meadows on January 6, 2021. Vice President Mike Pence, as president of the Senate, should call out electoral votes that he believes unconstitutional. All right. The president needs to stop this ASAP. Lawmaker text to Meadows. Yesterday was a terrible day. We tried everything we could in our objection to the 6 states. I'm sorry, nothing worked. Lawmaker text Meadows. So the thing that this shows is that the president and his insiders knew what was happening, and there were desperate pleas for them to help make this stop. So it shows just that there is that they were complicit in what was happening there. So this is going to continue to unfold. This the January 6th committee, Mark Meadows. He's potentially going to face some legal repercussions here, and yeah, just still unpacking. Yeah, one of the worst days in American history. On to so a little bit more controversy from the entertainment world. The new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, Licorice Pizza, is receiving a lot of good critical acclaim, good reviews. Oh, Ann Barrett, welcome to the party. Um, Varktech, Varktech, Ann, nice to see you. So, Licorice Pizza it's gotten some really strong reviews. It's the new movie from acclaimed director Paul Thomas Anderson, but there's also been some controversy around it. First of you want to leave that there for a moment. First off, I know there's some pushback in regards to the age discrepancy in there's a relationship. The main focal point of the movie is a relationship between a 25-year-old and a 15-year-old that is not sexual in nature, but there is like a flirting relationship, and so people have some issues about that. But then apparently there are Asian jokes in Licorice Pizza. And this tweet from Jordan Searles says the Asian jokes in Licorice Pizza don't work. You can defend the movie while acknowledging that fact. It does no good to pretend those moments work when they don't. Sometimes you love a movie and it has something effed up in it. That's normal, to be honest. Yeah, and then people are commenting on it. The Licorice Pizza discourse is wild. This is what happens when we only get a real movie once every 2 years. Okay. TikTok watching Licorice Pizza versus me watching Licorice Pizza. Okay. So yeah, there's so interesting that I have not seen Licorice Pizza yet. I do absolutely look forward to seeing it, and yeah, but that's interesting. What you know, I guess you have to see it in context before you know whether or not the how intense the controversy is, how powerful. Director Paul Thomas Anderson's film Licorice Pizza facing backlash for including scenes where a white man speaks to Japanese women in a fake Asian accent. Got it. The scenes in question feature actor John Michael Higgins, who plays a white businessman in the coming of age film. In one scene, Higgins speaks to his Japanese wife with a fake Asian accent. Later in the movie, he repeats the gag while in conversation with his new on-screen Japanese wife. David Chen, a movie critic and podcaster, took to Twitter last week to slam the movie for dropping in Asian caricature. Picture this: you're watching Licorice Pizza. It's brilliant, he wrote. Then early on, a buffoonish character drops an Asian caricature. The mostly white audience laughs, and now you got to think about that laughter the rest of the film. Did you picture it? Because it freaking sucks. So yeah, that that is troubling. I haven't seen it in context, but that sounds like a real bummer. You don't want people to feel alienated by uh, something in what other than that seems to be you know a good piece of entertainment, a well done film. So that's unfortunate, and yeah, I wonder if the character was made to look bad for doing it. I don't know, but I don't want to explain that away. I'll have to see it for myself. So a little bit of listen. Uh, you're going to find controversy everywhere. Like you can't barely make a movie nowadays without something popping up that seems problematic. And you know what? At the end of the day, people need to increase their awareness. Hopefully, maybe do better. Uh, like I think nowadays you go back and look at stuff from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Oh my goodness, there's like so much from back then that is seemingly like very cancelable, like just random beloved movies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s will often have an egregious scene of homophobia, misogyny, transphobia. So I think we're doing better, but we can always strive to do that much better. So there you go. A little bit of controversy with Licorice Pizza. Oh, and it wouldn't be a trending day if we did not talk about Pete Davidson as far as trending topics. People are explaining their attraction to Pete Davidson, and I myself quite agree with a few of these. Okay, this is from BuzzFeed. Let's see. Let's click on this BuzzFeed article and see why Pete Davidson is attractive. Pete Davidson, who has dated like just a quite a roster of A-listers. All right, people explaining their attraction to Pete Davidson. So it's no secret Pete Davidson has dated tons of beautiful women. Yes, among them Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, uh, Kate Beckinsale, and Kaya Gerber, the daughter of Cindy Crawford. And let's see what people are saying. Even though he seems like a legit dude and he's a talented comedian who's found tons of success on SNL and beyond, there are some folks who just don't know why people are into the guy. And well, Reddit user Benchwarmer164 recently posed the question, people who are attracted to Pete Davidson, why? All right. There's Mikey Day. Okay, here's a list. He seems genuine and he's confident in his vulnerability. I get focused in inners. Okay, says one Reddit user. He's like your weed dealer who you feel safe around, and for some reason, when he starts cracking jokes, you realize you'd hook up with him. Okay, a very personal take. As far as weed dealers go, we have dispensaries here in Los Angeles, so I don't really. The weed dealer is a thing of the past here. He's got a cute smile and facial expressions. The way he holds himself is confident but not cocky. And like some other male celebrities, he's laid back but not pathetic laid back. It's his energy more than his actual appearance. Okay, he's got that good vibes, got that good energy. Vark Tech. Oh, is that Virginia Tech? If Virginia Tech is in the house, I'm very happy. In the chat, in the chat, I was still talking. Ann Barrett's Vark Tech, Travis. He's very open and candid about his struggles with mental health, and people who are genuine and honest, while also kind, are often considered to have attractive personalities. That's nice. being forthright, being open and honest about mental health. He has a good relationship with his mom. True. For a very long time in Staten Island. Not a supermodel or anything, but I don't find bad looking at all. Nice lips and a good smile. I like his tattoos. He reminds me of the funny misfit dudes I was into in high school. There you go. He's getting a lot of those tattoos removed. So, yeah, a little bit of, they're demystifying this whole Pete Davidson thing. Gives off real. If you watch many Korean dramas, you'll notice there's usually a hot guy who's a total a-hole, and he's the guy the girl always ends up with. And there's usually a less attractive but gentle second lead guy who treats the girl kindly and you root for. There you go. So, yeah, Travis.
People need to stop narrativizing human beings like this. This is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're creating a headcanon about a guy who is a real person that they don't know. That
yeah.
Oof.
Absolutely. Like they're making him into an archetype from a genre that is not the most easily accessible thing that everyone knows. That's interesting. Yeah, he's a dude. He's a famous dude. Seems nice. Smokes weed.
Yeah.
Has a chill sense of humor. That's it. That's it. You know what? If he were, listen, if he if he was the same guy, but delivering pizzas, he probably, but he's a talented, funny, seemingly nice guy. But I just found this interesting, just the phenomenon of this, that people are so fascinated. So I guess I'm one of those people now because I'm reading this list. BuzzFeed, your clickbait. At the end of the day, what did we learn from this? I, your pal Hal, am susceptible to BuzzFeed clickbait. I think that's the only thing we learned from this today. There you go. Travis, those have been some trending Twitter topics. Anything crazy that we missed, by the way? Oh, why is Rob Schneider trending?
Oh, goodness. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that real quick. There's also J.R. Smith for probably something about him being on the college golf team.
Oh, yes.
Good for him.
NBA champion J.R. Smith playing golf at the collegiate level.
Hennessy enthusiast.
Yes.
Rob Schneider. Oh, Rob Schneider and Taylor. Oh, boy. Here we go.
What is it? Oh, let's see. Okay. Kevin James, Taylor Lautner partner up for Home Team based on the true story of New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton. Okay.
Interesting. For the Bounty Gate thing, I guess. But I wonder...
Right.
This is under Rob Schneider. And then it's just stuff about Kevin James being Sean Payton.
Huh. Interesting. So, yeah, just Rob Schneider trending for no reason. You know what? I had more fun talking about our friend Rob Schaeffer. Oh, what is it?
No, wait, no, that was from another movie. Apparently, Rob Schneider is in this movie somewhere.
Does he say you can do it? As he does in the numerous Adam Sandler movies, including The Waterboy?
I don't think so. He apparently plays... Let's see here. Let's see. Why is Rob Schneider in this?
You know what? I think we've spent too much time finding out about Rob Schneider and why he's trending. Let's abort this mission, Travis.
All right.
And move on to our Twitter deep dive. We're doing a Twitter deep dive, and just about every day we pick one Twitter account and see what the heck is up with that account, and see what they're tweeting. If there's hopefully they put their foot in their mouth, but we'll see what they're all about. And today, the Twitter account deep dive is the Twitter account belonging to LinkedIn. LinkedIn. All right. I know I get far too many messages from LinkedIn. And today we're going to see what is up with LinkedIn. All right. Schneider is the guy who works the copy machine for the Saints HQ. Nice. Rob Schaeffer, nailing it. Nailing it. Sean Payton, Drew Brees, the Drewbinator, the Breeze man, making copies. Rob, well done. LinkedIn, with your community by your side, there's no telling where your next small steps could lead. In it together, LinkedIn. All right, so maybe this will help some folks on the job search this holiday season, or maybe this is just a fool's errand, but we are seeing what's up with LinkedIn. 1.6 million followers. Wow. LinkedIn blowing up. Seriously, influencer numbers for LinkedIn. All right, the pinned tweet. Our LinkedIn out of office carolers are back by popular demand. We are releasing 100 more free custom carols every day. So don't delay. Get your request in. All right, so LinkedIn has their own set of carolers. The guy on the left's giving me serious Bob Balaban vibes with their matching sweaters. Okay, fun, LinkedIn. The LinkedIn out of office carolers, encouraging more people to take time off work by bringing a little ho 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 to your o this year. All right, very nice. Keep it rolling. And LinkedIn terms: no purchase necessary. Open to individuals 18 and over. Void where prohibited. Limit one. Like, what is this in regarding this? Oh, so do you have to buy a cameo of these office carolers?
I think that's what it's saying is you don't, though it is hosted on Cameo and it's run through
Gotcha.
Cameo, and they
All
only do
right.
100 a day.
Deborah Rudnick in the house. Mother, hello. Great to have you here. Let's see some more of this from LinkedIn. We recently polled our members, and it turns out almost half would be more likely to use out of office alerts if they were more fun. Okay. Uh, great. You can office from anywhere nowadays. Listen, I'll often office from, if there's Wi-Fi, I'll office from the trunk of my car. The Nobel Prize is awarded to people who have contributed to the greatest to benefit to humankind in the previous year. If you were awarded the Nobel Prize, what would it be for? What would the Nobel Prize, if I was awarded a Nobel Prize, what would it be for? You know what? I might be able to get a Nobel Prize for smoking weed and watching basketball. I think that's possible. Travis, what would you get a Nobel Prize for? Getting
Watching
MRIs, most
getting
MRIs.
most MRIs. I was going to say probably watching the early Sunday NBA game despite having other stuff to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what? We might be competing for the same Nobel Prize.
Ooh, yeah, they
Watching
categorize them,
basketball.
right? There's like science and then
Yeah,
literature and then
for just watching sports,
just watching sports.
uh, or for I, I could get one for having really crapping the bed in my fantasy football leagues.
Oh no.
Um, so basically, I'm saying I do not deserve a Nobel Prize.
Nor do
LinkedIn,
I.
that's a dumb question. You're really okay. We must have congratulated 50,000 people starting new positions this week. What excites you about your new opportunity? Well, I'm excited to talk to everybody here on the Your Pal Hal show on Backchannel. That's for darn sure. Uh, Oddly satisfying. New tab. New tab. Oh, just closing tabs. Closing tabs. There you go. Oddly satisfying. Great. Great, great idea. Perfect for the holidays. Christmas gift idea. Write a LinkedIn recommendation for someone you've worked with this year. Your words will make them feel good and could help them get a job if they're looking for one. Okay, that's nice. Help someone get a job. Like, what a gift. Looks like we have some active followers. Oh yes, mother. That we've had a few active followers, and shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us. It's 11:56 right here with your pal Hal. Shout out to folks in the stream: Virginia Gentry, Chris, Myra, Danielle, and Stacy. Shout out to Rob, and shout out to Ann Barrett, Vark Tech, and shout out to Deborah Rudnick. Let's keep rolling along here. Don't ever be afraid to say, I don't know. Ryan Reynolds talks with Jesse Wrights about creativity and what's next on LinkedIn. Ryan Reynolds on LinkedIn. What's the most memorable work party conversation you've ever had? Oh yeah, it's when I was talking to my boss, and then I was so drunk that I hopped up, took my pants off, and hopped up on the Xerox machine and made some copies of my butt. Uh, Travis, any memorable work party conversations?
Nope,
All right,
not even. There was
producer
karaoke
Travis.
one time. That was a good time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the Tesla end of quarter party, 3 days before I left the job, there was an open bar in like basically a car garage, but like a Tesla one, so it was all really nice, and then a karaoke
gotcha.
machine, and it was you just watch people start to come apart at the seams. It was great.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Open bar work party. That's a recipe for a good time. Yeah, I've definitely been to a few. I remember one where um, someone where there were some hookups in an office. Uh, Not me, and I yeah, I remember. Oh, holiday parties for various theaters and like comedy theaters that I've been a part of. Those are always fun and can get a little kooky.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, yeah, you know. All right, let's see if there's any more from LinkedIn. Any more from LinkedIn? BRB off to balance that whole work life thing. Yeah, so it's an interesting time right now. People are quitting their jobs. People are trying to the workers trying to take back control. And the I think it's been prompted by the pandemic because so many people were off of work, and it's like even though financially it was a crazy time in this country, there were people were living off of unemployment, and they're like, okay, I could get used to this, and I don't want to work for something or someone that is stealing my soul or that is like causing me a worse quality of life. So work life balance, pretty huge. I think people are becoming more aware of that, and hopefully employers continue to become more aware of that. Uh, uh, Me coming back to 3,500 post Thanksgiving emails. How am I supposed to live, laugh, love in these conditions? Hey, am I right? Says Adam Driver's second wife. Okay. Tell us if that's real. If Trust us, if it's really that important, they will email you again. There you go. Good advice, LinkedIn. So if you forget the email, they'll hit you back. Shout out to all the small businesses crushing it today and every day. Small Business Saturday. You go. Um, my cousin went to sleepaway camp and left these instructions in a Google Doc for my other cousin who was taking over her Snapchat account. Oh my god. Yeah. So just intense. Uh, in intense instructions for a teenager's Snapchat account. This is a future boss of America. There you go. Uh, you know what? LinkedIn. Oh, here's a good one. Anyone else looking forward to explaining what they do for a living to family on Thursday, aka Thanksgiving? So, LinkedIn, there you have it. A little look at, I don't know what I was hoping for, but that felt like a little bit of an underwhelming look at LinkedIn. and their Twitter account. It's noon. It's noon o'clock, 12 o'clock, now 12:01 here on the West Coast. It is 3:01 on the East Coast. Going to be with you till 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Going to be with you till 1 p.m. on the West Coast. I am your pal Hal. If you'd like to participate in this show, please, you can chat with us at backchannel.tv, or get your device's attention, get your smart device's attention. Use the magic word say, and then you can put in anything after that. So, smart device, say, I love an open bar and an office party. That's a combustible combination. Or say, my office party was last night and I still am hungover. Or say, my office is working from home and I'm partying right now. Thank you for hanging with us here. Hey, Travis, do you want to come on in? Travis, do you mind taking the reins for a moment here while I step away? I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
All right, thank you.
Get you off there. There we go. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know why every time I come on the big screen, I start it like the show's just started again. I feel I'm compelled to introduce a new segment, even though it's just the same thing. Regardless, thank you for hanging out with us. It is, as Hal said, about noon, which means 3 on the East Coast and something else in the middle. What's going on in my world? Today, I am here to bang my microphone around and then strongly recommend a record from last year by pop duo Magdalena Bay. Like a lot of the things I recommend, some of you may go, who? What? I don't want that. I don't know what that is. They have released one of the better... To call it dance pop almost feels like an undersell. It sits in a realm somewhere between like your pop stuff, like your Taylor Swift, your Charlie XCX, but a little more dancey. And I've been stuck on this record, Mercurial World, all week. And it looks like this. It's a great time. I liked it so much that after I've listening through it for like maybe the second or third time this week, I was like, when are they coming around? This seems like it'd be a cool, fun show. Saw they're actually going to be in Los Angeles on this next Saturday, the one coming up. And I was like, that's it. I'm blind buying 2 tickets. I don't know what their live show's like, but I'm going to do it. And if you like pop, give it a try. Up next, we're going to be talking about Recs and reviews, mainly reviews for Spider-Man No Way Home. I will tell you that when I clicked on this, not 4 minutes ago, it was 100%. So somewhere between now and 4 minutes ago, we have lost the percentage point. Anyways, I'm going to bring back Hal, and he can properly introduce the segment we're going to do up next.
Hello. Thank you for taking the reins there, Travis. Thank you for the music recommendation. There you go, Travis, our producer and resident new music aficionado correspondent, because when it comes to music, I only listen to one thing: the Gregorian monks. That is all. That is. I am just. Listen, that's my jam. That's my jam. They soothe me. They put me in the mindset I need to take on the world. So that's the only music you're going to hear around me. Travis was right. It is time for Recs and reviews. And today we're going to talk. Reviews are out. Reviews are in. They're in. They're out. They're all about for Spider-Man No Way Home. And we're on the Rotten Tomatoes website, the premier movie TV review aggregator. And look at that. No audience score yet, but the critics have spoken. 99%. And yeah, like Travis mentioned, it was at 100. It was at 100% earlier today. But Spider-Man No Way Home is currently at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. The premiere was, I believe it was last night, and this is a much ballyhooed, long-awaited film. Some people are saying, okay, is Spider-Man No Way Home going to help bring the box office all the way back? because obviously movie theaters were closed for the pandemic. Box office way down, and movies were postponed again and again. James Bond, No Time to Die, postponed about a year. The and various other films pushed, postponed. But will Spider-Man: No Way Home bring the box office back? Perhaps. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing this in the theater, even without these stellar 99 or 100% reviews. But they just dropped. The premiere just happened. So let's read a few of these reviews. If you wouldn't mind blowing up that picture so I can take a look at some of these reviews. All right. This is from Christy Pacheco from Mashable. It's not only an enthralling thrill ride, not only a celebration of Spidey fandom, not only a rousing adventure, but also an emotionally riveting drama that doesn't pull its punches. Wow. Uh, geez, Christy, why don't you in this movie get a room, huh? What do you want to marry it? Okay. Esther Zuckerman from Thrillist. Spider-Man: No Way Home is a Goliath that feels destined to eat the world, a potent combination of the ongoing Marvel Cinematic Universe and nostalgia for what came before. Lauding, praising Spider-Man: No Way Home. Let's keep this bad boy going. David Fear from Rolling Stone. Well, the folks at Sony and Marvel shouldn't fear this review. This is, in so many ways, business as usual, but then the movie decides to detour into cracked buddy comedy territory. That's when the fun begins. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it takes a left turn, and we're all better for it. Leah Greenblatt from Entertainment Weekly. What seems at first like pure fan service turns out to be some of the best and by far the most meta stuff Marvel has done. Tender and funny and a little bit devastating. Wow. And then you have score there, a B plus, a B plus. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Um, Nell Minow, Movie Mom. Hi, Movie Mom. Spider-Man: No Way Home is everything a comic book movie should be, filled with excitement, heart, humor, and details to delight the fans. There you go, another B plus. Tim Grierson from Screen International. Once No Way Home finds its rhythm, the picture builds to a thoughtful, touching final act that does justice to the heroism and self-sacrifice that have always been central to Spider-Man's appeal. There you go. Oh, one of my favorite sites, the uh, the the namesake site for one of the great critics of all time, Roger Ebert, from Brian Tallarico at RogerEbert.com. No Way Home is crowded, but it's also surprisingly spry, inventive, and just purely entertaining. 3 out of 4 stars. 3 out of 4. Uh, Barry Hertz from the Globe and Mail. Spider-Man: No Way Home is both a gigantic act of franchise mad hubris and a ridiculous amount of fun. So that's kind of like bridging the gap. It's like, okay, this is like Marvel, Sony, the MCU, Spider-Man, the whole thing, the whole undertaking is kind of full of itself, but undeniably just a good time, just a good time. And I feel like that's what we want from a Spider-Man movie. We want him slinging around on those webs and fighting those bad guys. And I guess there's lots of that. And in this movie, I feel like it's already out there. The fact that he and Doctor Strange kind of put a little crack in the space-time continuum and the metaverse and all these other simultaneous timelines and universes collide, and that's what we're finding here. That's what we reap the benefits of. AV Club says No Way Home's extended exercise and franchise agnostic fan service is at once an ominous precedent for future event movies and at times rather poignant gimmick. Okay, so a begrudging positive review here from AV Club and giving them a B. Nick Salinger of the Daily Beast. This is some decent praise. The finest wall crawling MCU effort to date. So, the best Spider Man movie we've seen yet from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that includes Spider Man Homecoming and Spider Man Far From Home. And, we also had Spider Man, and I don't know if they're counting Captain America Civil War or anything, but I think they're just talking about the, the solely Spider Man movies. Vanity Fair talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. If we could scroll up on this Vanity Fair review. Holland has built a legacy that will long linger in the Spider-Man firmament. Better he should place it on the mantle now than wear out his welcome. The odds of that actually happening are, of course, slim to none. Okay, so this is this is saying, all right, Tom Holland, you've created quite a legacy. Time to hang up the tights, time to hang up the Spider-Man suit. Is that what they're saying? Better he should place it on the mantle now than wear out his welcome. Okay. Yeah, maybe and that makes a little bit of sense because okay, how many dedicated Spider-Man movies do we want to see from the one guy? Like, you can't be Spider-Man forever. And do we want to see a Miles Morales live action Spider-Man? Like, that would be pretty cool. We got to see Miles Morales in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that was just a wonderful film. And this movie doing something fairly similar to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because it opened up these these portals where we had all of these different Spider-Men from the comics converge into this one timeline. And now we're seeing it like they're taking a page out of that book in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So let me see what Richard Roper has to say. Richard Roper, formerly of Ebert and Roper. Where there's a web, there's a way. Okay, not much to say there. 3 out of 4. So overall, very solid reviews. Like, some of these reviews aren't glowing, like 3 out of 4, not 4 stars, or there's a B minus right there, or a B or a B plus. When was the last time a third film in the franchise got audiences truly thrilled for what comes next? Okay, just asking a question, not answering it. But generally, very positive feedback and reviews for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm excited to see it. This is getting me a little bit geeked up, and won't go see. I don't like going. I don't want to go to a crowded theater, so I'll either wait for like a matinee or wait for a couple weeks after it comes out to see it. But because I don't want to be, hey, Omicron in the house. Who's as dastardly as any Spider-Man villain? Omicron. So I'm going to be a little bit careful, even though I'm boosted and all that stuff. But I'm very excited. I've not gotten my tickets yet. I know a lot of people have gone online, and like there was big news last week when various movie theater websites crashed as people were trying to get tickets. I'm pumped for this movie, but I don't need to see it midnight on a Thursday when it opens, or even opening weekend. I can hold off and wait on that, but I am very excited to see it. So that is much of the early critical praise for 99% Spider-Man No Way Home. And that was Rex and Reviews. But kind of sticking along that theme of Rex and Reviews, I saw this and I wanted to share it with everybody. So my wife and I, I'm a big wife guy. I always talk about what my wife and I are up to. Very, very exciting. We subscribe to the Sunday New York Times, and the arts and leisure section of this Sunday's Sunday New York Times contained one of it's one of the sections that I am often excited about, that I like seeing. It's the end of the year best of 2021. So TV shows, movies, music, podcasts, books, theater, all sorts of good stuff. In here, New York Times, the paper of record. I'm a big fan of this paper, and we're going to get a little old school right now. I'm going to flip through and go through some of the best of the year, and maybe we'll talk about something you haven't seen yet. Maybe we'll talk about something you have seen. If you want to chime in, I would love for you to join the party. Larry or Rob or Deb Rudnick or anybody, please feel free to communicate with us. Would love your participation. Go ahead and use the magic word. Talk to your smart device. Use the magic word say, and then you can put in anything after that. So smart device, say, ooh, I can't wait to see Spider-Man No Way Home. Or smart device, say, you know what? I've had enough of superhero movies. I have superhero fatigue. Or you can chat with us on Backchannel.tv. Backchannel.tv. All right, let's jump into the New York Times. Let's talk about some let's talk about film, let's talk about movies, and let's go through Manohla Dargis is one of the preeminent critics when it comes to the New York Times, and here are her 10 best films of the year. So this is a pretty good list. If you want a list of 10 best films of the year, you could do a lot worse than Manohla Dargis of the New York Times. And let's start with number 10. Number 10, we'll go with 10 all the way down to 1. All right. Number 10 is Spencer. Spencer, the Princess Diana biopic starring Kristen Stewart, directed by Pablo Larraín. Larraín's atmospherically perfect and creepy drama is at once a blistering takedown of the British monarchy and a blazing psychological portrait and queasily funny gothic horror freakout. If you're still chuckling and sometimes weeping over that soap opera called The Crown, this may wipe off your smile or just make you roar with laughter. All right. You know what? I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I wanted to see Spencer, but after reading this now, interesting. Yeah, and I've heard good things about Kristen Stewart. So yeah, the Pablo Larraín film Spencer. He also, it's weird, he's kind of carved out a niche for himself, this director. He also directed Jackie. So he is doing these kind of solemn portraits of women in the public eye. Rob Schaeffer asked, "Did you ever finish the Christmas movie ranking list? The one that had those new movies ahead of Muppet Christmas Carol?" Great question, Rob. Thanks for asking. No, we're going to come back to that. So there is more Christmas movie rankings ahead. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're down to I think the top 20. We're down to the top 20. So we're probably going to do 5 a day over the course of several days. Number 9 from Manohla Dargis, a movie that I haven't heard of, Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. This is a movie. This movie, the other work by Hamagachu to receive an American release this year, is split into 3 intricate stories that turn on chance and were, he has said, inspired by Eric Romer. Not all of the parts work equally well, but all have moments of beauty and grace, along with amazing complex rivers of words. By the time a character rests a hand on her heart in a rush of feeling, you may find yourself doing the same. Okay, so not as familiar. It's an Asian film from the director Ryosuke Hamaguchi. Next up, The Disciple. The Disciple, I believe it's another foreign film that I haven't heard of. Uh, number 8. Number 7, The Card Counter. This is a film that I was interested in and that I would like to see. This is from Paul Schrader. If you're not familiar with Paul Schrader wrote some of the best films of the 20th century. He worked with Scorsese several times on among which Taxi Driver. He wrote and directed a film called Affliction in the late 90s with Nicholas Cage, or not, sorry, with Nick Nolte, uh, and which was just a dark, haunting film. I gotta look up the Paul Schrader filmography for a second because uh, here we go. Paul Schrader, American screenwriter. He wrote the film Autofocus, which is very underrated. First Reformed with Ethan Hawke from a few years ago. American Gigolo, a real time capsule from the early 80s. Uh, um, and Yeah, worked with Scorsese several times. Yeah, Raging Bull, an all-time great film. Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead, uh, kind of a departure for Scorsese, starring Nicolas Cage. And yeah, if you look at Paul Schrader's IMDb, it's pretty stunning. So absolutely, someone to be reckoned with just in film history. And he had a film this year called The Card Counter with Oscar Isaac and Tiffany Haddish. And I'll read the review here. For decades, Schrader has been telling his favorite story, that of a man alone in a room, alone in his head, to greater and lesser, if always interesting effect. Now, with Oscar Isaac, Tiffany Haddish, and Willem Dafoe, Schrader tells that tale again, getting into your head with feeling, some scattershot politics, horrific violence, and an auteurist confidence. Great review for The Card Counter. I love this list because I was aware of several of these movies, especially Spencer, The Card Counter. Now they're shooting up my list for films that I want to see. Number 6, Azor, not as familiar. Another foreign film, I believe. Passing, number 5. That's available on Netflix right now. Set in the 1920s, Rebecca Hall's exquisite heart-wrencher centers on two African-American women, friends from childhood, who can and do present as white. One, Tessa Thompson, will pass for convenience, and when she enters a racially restricted hotel, while the other, Ruth Nega's Claire, lives as white. Separately and together, with yearning and dueling looks, they negotiate the color line, which W.E.B. Du Bois called the problem of the 20th century. And that still stubbornly defines and divides this country. So, really strong review for a powerful film, Passing. And so that is available to watch right now on Netflix. Another film that's available, I think it's on Disney Plus, Summer of Soul. And I watched this film with my wife, directed by the great Questlove of The Roots. Summer of Soul is just an amazing time and a time capsule. Summer of Soul is the concert film of this Harlem Renaissance concert series that took place in New York in the late 1960s. And the music in this film, it's just a celebration of so many amazing artists and people of color, artists of color, in putting on this concert series that was lost for so long. Like, as powerful and as celebrated as Get Back is, for different reasons, this time capsule, Summer of Soul, absolutely worth checking out. Another documentary that I've actually talked about on this show, The Velvet Underground. Todd Haynes's The Velvet Underground. Everything comes together for Todd Haynes' superb testament to a lost world that helped make our own. The music, the art, the drugs, the ideas. Lou Reed, John Cale, Andy Warhol, and Jonas Mekas. The beauty, the ugliness, the affordable New York housing, and the artistic freedom that cheap rents allow. Droning and strobing and darkening shadows, the swallowed people that swallowed people whole. It's all here. Watch it, play it loud. Yeah, the Velvet Underground, the documentary, which is available on Apple Plus. It's beautiful and it's stunning and it's real. It's really stylishly done, and it celebrates the music. So that's another great music documentary right there. Power of the Dog, which I've talked about several times, that's available on Netflix right now, is number 2 on this list from Jane Campion. And then the second film from this director, and I'm just listen. After reading this list of 10 best films of 2021, I'm going to go explore the work of Ryosuke Hamaguchi, Drive My Car. And let's just read this. It's the #1 film of the year, according to esteemed critic Manohla Dargis. A masterpiece about life and death and art from one of the most exhilarating directors to hit the international film scene in a long while. Drive My Car draws from theater and literature, a splash of Waiting for Godot, and mostly Uncle Vanya, theatrical theater classics, and the Haruki Murakami short story that gives the movie its title to create a work of pure cinema. All right. I will be looking to seek some of these films out. That is the 10 best films from Manohla Dargis. And here is a list of pieces of entertainment that unlock this this is called On Feeling Her Inner Nerd. And I don't know about you, but like, yeah, nerd culture has been a big part of my life, and I love stuff that scratches that itch. So here are a few pieces of entertainment that unlock the inner nerd. Well, one of them, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop recently canceled on Netflix, and some people were calling it a disappointment. But if you are a huge fan of the anime, it might very well be speaking to you, this Cowboy Bebop live action series that is on Netflix. So worth checking out. These are other things that unlock the inner nerd, things that will talk to your inner child that loves the nerdy stuff. This is six. So I'm far from a history buff, but will happily nerd out about Tudor England, a high school drama. So Six, a glamorous Broadway musical about the wives of Henry VIII. Okay, that is Six. Mitchell's versus the Machines. Mitchell's versus the Machines is super fun, and it's Mitchell's versus the Machines is available on Netflix, and it's a fun, lovable, playful animated film about this family that takes it upon them that in the time of the apocalypse where the computers take over, it's kind of like Skynet, and we don't instead of a Terminator coming back from the future to save us, we have one family that has not been imprisoned by these machines that take everyone hostage and are looking to take over the earth. And it's up to one family in a road trip in a station wagon to save us all. In the Heights, the musical from this past summer, from Lin-Manuel Miranda's, based on his musical, directed by John Chu, who directed Crazy Rich Asians. In the Heights is a good time. The Green Knight is is a fascinating story based on the classic Gothic tale of the Green Knight. It's a piece of literature from from Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. As a poet with 2 literature degrees, I can't resist a weird, archaic poem about Celtic mythology, Celtic mythology, or a film adaptation of that poem. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The Green Knight, eloquently directed by David Lowery, manages to pull off dazzling feat of translating the tone, style, and even the rhythm of the text to a visual medium. The actor Dev Patel gives a striking performance as Sir Gawain, and a young knight who, in a bid for greatness, becomes a player in a deadly game. Yeah, I highly recommend The Green Knight. Yeah, Rob chiming in. Mitchell's versus the Machines, a very good movie. Liked it a lot. Yeah, I really enjoyed Mitchell's versus the Machines. It was it was whimsical, it was lighthearted, but it also had themes that kind of connect to you and like make you, feel about family and about what's important in life. So Mitchell's versus Machines, highly recommend. I also recommend The Green Knight. It's uh it's a wild fantasy, and it's also like a a poem that comes to life where it's a meditation on uh, on what it takes to become a man, because this young knight, he writes a check that he ends up not being able to cash, and it's dark and it's weird and it's really a bizarre cool journey of The Green Knight, if you can find that. um, then they also recommend Ghostbusters Afterlife, WandaVision, and Encanto. Infinity Train is a show that my podcast partner, Lon Harris, has often recommended to me. So I might have to look into that. So some cool recommendations for your inner nerd. Talking about, let's go to TV shows, what TV shows they're recommending here. Okay, so these are shows that you can find either on streaming or uh, that have aired just on television. And first up, Bo Burnham's Inside. Now, Bo Burnham's Inside, it became a little bit of a phenomenon this year because uh, it it was just a striking piece of art that really encapsulated the pandemic for a lot of people. The quarantine, being stuck inside, and every day starting to feel like the same, and feeling like, oh, it's like kind of mind numbing that you might go mad. The uh, Bo Burnham's Inside is one of the best of 2021 when it comes to television. According, again, we're going through the New York Times Best of 2021. Dickinson on Apple TV Plus. That's the story of Emily Dickinson, uh, and played by Haley Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld, you can see currently in Hawkeye. Dickinson on Apple TV Plus, recommended, highly recommended. The Good Fight on Paramount Plus. A couple of comedies here: Reservation Dogs and Hacks. Love both of those shows. Reservation Dogs, really well done. It breaks a lot of the caricatures and cliches that you see about Native American or indigenous peoples, and it also celebrates the common humanity that we all share. And Hacks, damn good show on HBO Max. Reservation Dogs you can find on Hulu or FX on Hulu. Hacks on HBO Max, with the great Gene Smart, who's having this late career renaissance. Absolutely very funny, so well done. It's a Sin. It's a Sin is another show from HBO Max. I recommended this show earlier. It's we've talked about it on our podcast, Binge Boys. Binge Boys, by the way, you can find wherever you get your podcasts. It's a Sin examines uh, the beginning of the AIDS crisis, when AIDS hit England and America, and it mainly focuses on England. And it has the dual it has this duality of humanity, where it showcases gay people getting out of their small towns and being in London and being able to finally live their truth in this show. But then at the same time, the scourge and the horror of AIDS devastating communities, gay communities. And it's a sin. It's a sad, beautiful limited series on HBO Max. Philly DA, a documentary about Philadelphia district attorney on PBS. Station 11 on HBO Max. Succession on HBO. Yeah, one of the best shows on TV right now. Check out Succession if you're not already on board. The Underground Railroad, based on Colson Whitehead's Tour de Force novel, and that is available on Amazon Prime Video. And The White Lotus on HBO. The White Lotus, dark, funny, really well done show from Mike White on HBO Max. And those are some of the best of the year when it comes to film, when it comes to television. And then there's also there's a lot more. This is jam packed, worth exploring if you have access to the New York Times, and just some of the best culture writing you'll find. That is the arts and leisure section. Best of 2021. We hit some of the TV and movies that are some of the most celebrated of the year. Folks, we're going to keep it going. It's 12:37 right here on the West Coast from the home office here in Los Angeles, and it is 3:37 on the East Coast. 3:37 on the East Coast. We're going to 4 o'clock on the East Coast. We're going to 1 o'clock on the West Coast, right here with your pal Hal. Thank you for hanging out in the back channel. Now we're going to see what's going on. We're going to take a little news cruise, folks. We're going to take a little news cruise and see what's happening on the front page of one of just a very convenient website to look up what's going on in the news. Newser, what's going on in with Newser? All right, so let's. Oh yeah, my mom's saying she loves the New York Times. Yep, it's great. You feel like you're just you feel just that much more enriched after you get it. All right, let's what's going on in the metaverse there? Let's click on that. Oh, School of Rock. Travis, have you ever taught at a School of Rock?
Yes, and I suspect that's why I got the ad.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah. All right. Artist Metaverse Insta handle blocked after Facebook name change. Oh boy. So last week we talked about a band that was called Omicron who was having some issues, and now I guess there's an artist called Metaverse who now their name is all screwed up because Facebook has changed its name to Meta. Thanks a lot, Zuck. Thanks, Zuckerberg. If you want to scroll up here, let's take a look at this. For nearly a decade, Thea Mal Bauman, once the owner of an augmented reality company called Metaverse Makeovers, used Instagram handle Metaverse to showcase her creative work. Last month, however, the Australian artist says she suddenly wasn't able to access her Insta, and she suspects Facebook's recent rebranding had something to do with it. Your account has been blocked for pretending to be someone else, is the message Bauman tells the New York Times she received on. Wow. Thanks a lot. This woman doing it for a decade. This account is a decade of my life and work, says Bauman, who notes she tried for weeks to get an answer from Instagram, which is owned by Meta, with no success. That happens to women in tech, to women of color in tech all the time. Bauman says she did touch base with an intellectual property lawyer to help her get to the bottom of things, but she didn't have enough money to mount a full-fledged investigation. There you go. Listen, at the end of the day, what do we learn from this? Zuckerberg gets what Zuckerberg wants. And don't get in the way. Do not get in the way. All right, let's see what else is trending on the front page there. On the front page
Just
of
want to note
Newser.
that she did get that
Yes.
account back.
Oh, she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Is that in this article?
Yep, right there at the bottom text, which was buried.
Wow, I stopped reading. I stopped
All
reading.
good.
Let's see.
Let's see.
The paper contacted Instagram on December 2nd, and a spokesperson soon responded that Bauman's account had been incorrectly removed and apologized for the error. 2 days later, Bauman had her account back. Well, that's a tempest in a teapot right there, huh? There you go. Listen, I'm glad she got her account back. So there you go. Very nice. Very nice. What else is trending here? Okay. Let's take a look at Urban Meyer. NFL coach's first year could not go much worse. Yeah, Urban Meyer is really crapping the bed here. What, his team is like 2-11. He's embroiled. Yep, 2-11. He's embroiled in scandals. And yeah, Urban Meyer's team in Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't understand why some people say Jaguars, some people say Jaguars, and some people say Jaguars. Travis, how do you pronounce it?
I've always been a Jaguar guy, and then there was a period of time where I watched way too much Top Gear on Netflix and slipped into Jaguar, and one time Aluminium, and I was like, I gotta stop.
Oh boy, yeah, you were. Listen, come back to us. But that would do you well if you took that trip to London, like we were talking about at the top of the show.
Yeah.
Aluminium. Things might be even worse off the field for his this coach of this 2-11 team. All right, so let's read just the world of crap that he has stepped into. One of NFL storylines this season seems to make new headlines every week is the one that of the travails of Urban Meyer, the Jacksonville Jaguars first-year coach. So he was a beloved, like a very successful college football coach. Now he's come to the NFL, and it's kind of a mess, it says here. The Jaguars are 2-11, but things might actually be worse off the field. Turmoil. A story at NFL.com paints a picture of a team in turmoil with Meyer at odds with his assistant coaches, calling them losers. I'm not an NFL head coach. Never pretended to be, but yeah, calling the people you work with are in charge of losers. Yeah, maybe not in your best interest. And he tells the players, specifically with veteran receiver Marvin Jones, who nearly walked off the team. Wow, like calling players losers. The Jags players reportedly groused to players on opposing Rams after a recent game about how Meyer doesn't treat them like adults. Wow. Okay. Threat. Here you go. When an article came out on ESPN and confirmed the broad strokes of his own sources, Meyer's response was to threaten anyone on the team who leaked to the press with immediate firing. The bar. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. All this comes after Meyer, earlier in the season, stayed behind in Ohio after a loss to Cincinnati, and a video went viral of him dancing rather closely with a young woman, most definitely not his wife. Team owner Shad Khan publicly admonished Meyer after the incident. Coverage, all of the above is leading to coverage such as such as this in the AP, which wrote after Sunday's shutout loss, Urban Meyer's tenure in Jacksonville is nearing a new low, and no one could have thought that was possible 2.5 months ago. Before the season, Meyer was hired for a salary reported to be about $9 million a year for 6 years per Yahoo Sports. Why so much? He won college championships at both Ohio State and Florida. Coverage 2. So yeah, just a world of crap for this guy, Urban Meyer. And he just seems like a disingenuous tool who's using threats, who's not practicing what he preaches. And good luck to just the really struggling Jacksonville Jaguars. And Urban Meyer might not be long for the NFL. Let's go back to the front page of Newser, continue our news cruise. What else is happening? What else is happening on the front page of Newser? Let's take a look at that. NFT sale goes awry, just like that 250K was gone. All right, let's check out this NFT. So we live in the age of definitely a new phenomenon that the world is enamored with, laughing at, intermittently just looks super cool. And then also, is this the emperor's new clothes? Is there really any there? So this article about this NFT. The Verge blames it on a misplaced decimal point. CNBC similarly lays the blame on a fat finger error. Listen, I've sent a few texts by accident with my little sausage fingers. However, the asking price for a recently sold NFT came to be, it wasn't the seller's intention, and now he's out of hundreds of thousands of dollars because of it. CNET was the first to report on this devastating mistake, which came about when a member of the Bored Ape Yacht Club site, an elite portal where the cheapest non-fungible token usually goes for more than $200,000, attempted his own entry for 75 Ether in cryptocurrency, or about $300,000. The problem for seller Max, who describes himself as a solo traveler, Bored Ape, marketing agency owner, and NFT investor, per The Verge, is that he listed the NFT for sale at 0.75, or about $3,000. So he wanted to list it for this cryptocurrency, or this alternate form of currency, Ether, for 75, but listed it as 0.75, and that's a difference between $300,000 and $3,000. Okay, listen, I've made mistakes before. I accidentally bought multiple pairs of sneakers recently when I meant to buy one, so I was out a couple $100. My mom watched the movie Passing, by the way, and it was strong, some strong stuff, very nice. So the $3,000 NFT was quickly snatched up, likely by one of the bots that CNET say lurk online, waiting to exploit just such a situation. NFTs from Bored Ape Collection are especially coveted, with celebrities such as Jimmy Fallon and Steph Curry owning samples. Max blames his blunder on a lapse of concentration, noting that he lists many items daily and just wasn't paying attention properly. He also says that he noticed, if we could scroll up a little bit, he noticed that he lists many items daily and just wasn't paying attention. He noticed that he'd done the instant said fat finger touched the mouse, but just like that, the $250,000 was gone. CNET notes mistakes like this are made using traditional payment methods, are often reversed by financial institutions if you notify them immediately. But with cryptocurrency, the transactions aren't going through any centralized location, meaning it's up to the buyer if they want to be nice and cancel the deal. Yeah. What are the chances that's going to happen? Max seems resigned to his fate, and he's ready to move on. Hey, sometimes you F up, make a bad buy, out of gas fail, send Ether to the wrong wallet, or fat finger a listing. He tweeted over the weekend, "It's going to happen, but letting it occupy your mind for even 1 second after you can no longer affect the outcome is purely hurting yourself twice." There you go. Kids, Watch out with the, and it doesn't just happen like fat finger mistakes. I did that buying a pair of sneakers recently, and I was out a couple $100, but maybe I'll list the sneakers on the secondary market, and maybe I can get that money back. But yeah, fat finger buying, texting. Yeah, be careful out there, folks, with your NFT purchases. That's all I can say. And let's look at one more story here. You may be as bright as a rocket scientist. You may be as bright as a rocket scientist. All right, so there's a picture of a kind of a stereotypical, like 1950s looking rocket scientist with an old timey rocket, or even a brain surgeon for that matter, according to a new study. Everyone is familiar with the phrase, it's not rocket science or it's not brain surgery. And that got researchers wondering whether rocket science or brain surgeons were most justified in saying it. Answer, neither camp outdid the other in general cognitive tests, reports the BBC. But more interesting is that neither camp outperformed the general population either. So you know what? Stop saying as smart as a rocket scientist, or it's not brain surgery. I think that's the moral of the story there. You know what? We are getting near the end of our journey today. It is 12:52, so we are going to put a button on our news cruise. That was our news cruise, thanks to the Newser site. We come back to them for content every so often. And folks, we're winding down here. And before we go, let's jump into a little this or that. I'm going to give you two choices. You pick one. I'm going to give you two choices. You pick one. Travis, why don't you jump in here and you can help us with this. All right. Here's today's choice. Would you rather drive? Would you rather drive a Hummer, or a smart car, the biggest SUV beast on the road, or the smallest car on the road? A Hummer or a smart car? You can let us know. You can let us know in the chat. Travis, thoughts on this? The big old Hummer, like, get out the way. It's like a co-opted military vehicle. Yeah, and or yeah, there you go. There we go. Good work. Good work, Travis. That looks like even the smaller version of the Hummer.
Yeah, that's the
out.
H3, I think. Yeah.
The H3, and then there is one of them little itty bitty smart cars.
I don't think if there's even a more exact example. Regardless, yeah. But given the two, if I had to
Rob
pick,
Schaeffer, by the way, Rob Schaeffer chiming in, going smart car.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Smart car, because I treat parallel parking like a sport, and Lord knows the kind of stuff I can get into with that smart car.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm going smart car for the same reason. And I don't care if, if the Hummer is like an electric Hummer or whatever, because I know it's a gas guzzler. Either way, too big, and I will fail.
Yep.
At finding a parking space. I'm not a fan of a giant car. I like a nice, I drive a nice, like smaller sedan. I'm a sedan man. But the smart car is like, that seems like a dream to be weaving in and out of traffic, and especially for the amount of traffic. I've been driving so much less since the world changed.
Yes.
And so yeah, that just seems like it would be much more conducive to finding a nice little parking space there. So smart car beats out Hummer today. Sorry, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and to our super aggro masculine Hummer drivers out there. And then finally, there were a lot of segments on today's show, but here is a rejected segment that we didn't do. And that Uh, the rejected segment today is called Driving with Hal. Driving with Hal. And that would have been me taking my laptop and or phone and just getting in my car and driving with everybody in rainy Los Angeles. And just I don't think we have the technological setup for that. I don't think we could pull it off right now, and we might lose service, and then we might have had several minutes of dead air, and then Travis frantically texting me and calling me saying, "We've lost picture." So you did not and will not see our segment Driving with Hal. Yes, Travis?
That was my browser reloading for reasons unbeknownst to me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It happens. Travis, do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Travis. That is Travis Reeves, the best Chiron man in the biz and an excellent producer. I want to thank everybody for hanging out today with your pal Hal. You know what? We had too much fun, more fun than maybe we're legally allowed to. I am Hal Rudnick. I will be back here at 11 a.m. tomorrow, 11 a.m. on the West Coast, and 2 p.m. on the East Coast. We're here Monday through Friday. Please come on back. Thanks again to everybody who hung out with us. Thanks to all the folks at Backchannel. Thanks again to producer Travis. We'll talk to you tomorrow for more fun and hijinks. Bye-bye.